super close. Look how close it is, Nikki. What it is, 6.4 seconds, I think, between the whole lot.
Yeah, actually, in the first quali race, they've spread out quite quickly within the first lap. We could already see the gap widening. But this, big moment there for McConnell. Whew, but he's managed to recover it, just. And actually hold on to his lead. Tanner Faust there is going to try and make the most of that opportunity, closing in on the gap now to under 3 seconds. And here we have Kovalainen and Hansen in some, well, proper wheel-to-wheel action. I think there was even a bit of contact there.
Kristoffersen in close behind these two cars now. If anyone's got their Renault Hyperdrive left, I suspect they'll use it on the straight on this next run. So you can see Kevin Hansen is all over the back here of Heikki Kovalainen. You're on board with him just for a second, and he got a glimpse in front of Tanner Faust in the Neil McLaren Extreme E machine. Here comes Johan onto the straight now, looking for anybody got Renault Hyperdrive left down here. And it doesn't look like they have. So some of the drivers then have used it off the start. And I think Kevin Hansen made that pass previously. Oh, Kovalainen's got a run on Tanner Faust. Heikki Kovalainen up the inside of Tanner Faust. Yeah, maybe he had his hyperdrive left and we just haven't seen it here. So Faust drops back into P3, and the speed there coming off that end corner. Up and over the crest, Faust is into the back. You see contact there with the JBXE machine from Tanner Faust into the back of Kovalainen. I think as well that Ekstrom here is being helped out by the fact that Hansen is applying so much pressure to Kristoffersen. They come through the ruts through that long right-hander, and all the while you know you're trying to hold somebody off from behind. Look, Kristoffersen goes defensive on the entry here, so he's taken the left route. Kevin Hansen will try and get a better exit, but Johan is probably thinking there's no way through on the exit there. But driving defensively, Nicky, costs you time, and it's just letting the Acciona Science machine of Ekstrom get away. 6 seconds the gap at the minute.
Yeah, and the guys, obviously at this point, again, back to knowing how many points are available. 25 points up for P1, 18 for P2, and 15 for P3. So it really is critical. Each position means a huge amount in terms of championship standings.
Yeah, it certainly does. 10 rounds, of course, but every point counts. The last two seasons have been decided by one of them was equal on points, and one was just 2 points different. Kristoffersen up over the crest, Hansen following in tight. Into the last few corners, they'll head back out to the coast for a moment. Look at the Johan still looks calm in the car, doesn't he? Low sun, filthy screen, visibility is really tricky.
Also, what I love is that this is all about driver skill and talent at this point, because this is a one-car-fits-all, a championship where they all have pretty much the same car, the Odyssey 21.
Hansen's got through. Kevin Hansen's got through. The RXR machine of Kristoffersen, I don't know if it was in the right-hander, we were on board. I think we were on board with Kevin Hansen, I reckon, as he passed, but we didn't see where the pass happened. So Kristoffersen has dropped back 1 place. It's 1.5 seconds back over that big jump. We've got another battle going on in the background. I'm trying to see who we're with. That is Carl Cox Motorsport coming under pressure. So that's Christine GZ. Katie Munnings right behind her. Munnings up the inside line through this right-hander. She can't clip that flag on the right. She'll know that. That'd be a 10-second penalty. So Christine GZ with Katie Munnings right behind. Gets the wheels out, but they won't go too close now. Now they've seen a couple of people ending up properly going nose into the water. It's only Clara Anderson who hasn't used her hyperdrive, and she looks like she's too far back. Munnings dips out from the slipstream, going to go up the inside line here. Katie Munnings making a pass on Christine GZ. Door to door with them, a little bit of contact. Got to avoid the grass, and she rolls! Munnings hits the grass on the right-hand side, and the Andretti Altequila is on its roof down towards the mid part of the lap there. To try and gain the position back again. Molly Taylor now is door to door with Hedda Hozas. She's inside Hozas. Can she get through? Contact again through this long right-hander. Taylor is forcing her way through down at waypoint 5. They're still side by side. Emma Gilmore will smell if there's a gap in front or not. Ah, there we go. So Hozas had to use the alternate line over to the left-hand side. She got pushed wide by Molly Taylor. Contact again in the background. You can hear that's Michaela Arlen-Kotlinski trying to get that RXR machine up from the back of the pack. She's in behind Emma Gilmore. Now, okay, wait for this straight and see who uses their Renault Hyperdrive. Gutierrez goes first of all. She fires it up. Now in the background, Arlen Kotlinski trying to find a way through on the straight. Taylor responds as well.
Well, this is really interesting, isn't it? So is that usually the strategy? Once one uses it, they all follow?
On the straight, yes. So Gilmore, look, has been eaten up. Gilmore used it on the exit of the switch zone, which we do see sometimes to try and get a bit of extra speed. She couldn't get through. And unfortunately then when Arlen Kotlinski's used it, she's managed to make a place up and into the back. Hard contact there. That's Emma Gilmore into the back of the RXR machine, and now the hood flies off, which is actually a result because the visibility was completely gone from it. When the green comes on, so none of the drivers can predict it away. Look at that reaction time, almost equal across the whole grid, moving backwards for Carl Cox Motorsports. Sideways contact there. Alatia into Tanner Faust. Tanner Faust has the inside line of the whole shot. Kevin Hansen, Kovalainen. Hansen was in that car last year, has moved to the inside line. He's trying the Fraser McConnell move. Can he pull it off on Faust as well? McConnell went round the outside of Faust in one of the qualifying sections. And he can't roll in the background. That's the Andretti machine's gone over again. Timmy Hansen this time has dipped off in the inside of turn 2. The car's upside down. Faust leads. Alatia slots in behind. Heikki Kovalainen in P3. Sand flying up in the background. Where's Timo Scheider? There he is. Now, did the Andretti out to Keelet machine land on its wheels or its roof? I reckon it's on its roof. But at the minute, it is Tanner Faust leading for Neon McLaren XE and Alatia in P2. Hammer down now, release the handbrake and release all that horsepower down towards turn 1 on the inside line. It's a great start for RJ Anderson, backs the car in, runs Matthias Ekstrom out wide. Ekstrom takes that long line in the background. Watch out here for Johan Kristoffersson, the RXR machine. He's passed 3 cars already, gonna try and take the McConnell line around the outside. RXR outside, inside line for Veloce. Rear end of Fraser McConnell kicks up super high. It is RXR who lead from the outside of the grid. That is a Kristoffersson special, copying the move of Fraser McConnell earlier on today. Goes from outside to inside and gets the whole shot. That's outstanding.
Wow, what a phenomenal start. Huge congratulations to RXR. The strategy there that Johan Kristoffersson played was absolute perfection. Now he just has to will defend his position from Veloce Racing. They're not going to make it easy for him.
No, they're not. Kevin Hansen's all over the back of him already, on board now, looking forward. Visibility's not too bad. Here you are with Kevin, look, gritting his teeth, full concentration, full lock through the right-hander. Anybody got an Inoa hyperdrive left for this straight to see if they can make a pass? The pack is so close together.
You really want to start off the season in the best possible footing to build up your confidence as we head into the 10 rounds that we've got this season. Of course, every race is a double header now, every race weekend with the new format.
So watch out here for Clara Anderson in P5 in the Atlas Cooper machine. You can see her in the background. She's trying to find a way past Hozas. She made some great passes last year, but key here is Clara still has the Inoa hyperdrive. Now, I really think that she'll use it on the straight. I said it in the last race, and it didn't happen. But I think Anderson will use it on the straight here to try and get past. That's the battle for P4 and P5. There's Gilmore. So Gilmore using the hyperdrive, and Anderson does. So that's in the battle for P5. And P4, I wonder if Anderson's getting past. There it is, Anderson coming up the inside, so just that extra bit of power, and that's what we're talking about. This is somewhere we saw Johan deploy it on the straight that's in the middle of the track. This is down the beach. Anderson getting up past Hozas, using the Inoa hyperdrive. Nicely done.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant move there. We've seen some phenomenal driving from Clara Anderson. I think it was P3 on her debut performance in XE, and then a P1 in her last race of 2022.
The beach, and that was where the ruts were really deep. Anderson takes the alternate line, looks inside the RXR machine. Nobody's made that alternate line work, but he was super close to Kristoffersson this time round. Needs to get a good exit onto the straight. I think Kristoffersson will have that sorted. This is where the ruts are building up, look, and they really are getting deep already. Onto the straight. Ekstrom's right there with Anderson, but nobody's got a hyperdrive left, so Kristoffersson should hold on here easily.
Still think this has got to be one of the best views in motorsport, with the Red Sea alongside you. No one going for a dip this morning, which we saw yesterday, of course.
We did indeed. I was just about the running along the coast like that is mad, isn't it? I mean, there's some beautiful racetracks in the world, but this is
can't get much better.
No, it's got a rate right up there, hasn't it? Ekstrom is still there, look, super close to Anderson. You're almost better that close because the rooster's hitting the front of the car rather than coming up over the screen. So he's absolutely nailed onto the rear of that car. Anderson gets sideways on the brakes through that bumpy section. You're on board now with Matthias Ekstrom in the number 55. Acciona Sainz looks inside, hooks the wheel up on the smooth section there, trying to find a better exit. You can see how closely matched they are. Anderson with just a little bit of left foot braking to turn that car in and rotate it over the crest. Brake lights just flash on. Ekstrom committed again. Cannot get through though.
Yeah, that's what I love about this Extreme, you know, how much wrestling has to go on between driver and machine, and then the landscape that lies underneath the car, continually changing in different lines every time. Each lap is always different to the last one.
He's hit him twice there, once in the previous corner and then once on the braking zone for the switch. Back up to speed on the gap at the minute, it's a minute 23, so we'll keep an eye on how much that goes down.
Such a shame for the Carcox Motorsport team there. You know, they were so eager to impress in their first weekend.
Rough start, isn't it?
It's really difficult, isn't it, when you know
Taylor,
how hard the
having
team
a look.
works.
Sorry, Nikki,
No,
go on.
go for it.
Alan Tears is behind the driver. She might be big, so Taylor can't quite find her way through, can she?
So the Ab Cooper car's fixed, but then you're so far behind. So what are you using this session for? Practice?
Yeah, definitely dial it in a little bit, especially after yesterday's issues. And yeah, they're a minute. Oh, there goes the front clamshell on the Veloce. Live pictures of that flying off. Christina Gutierrez is only 1.4 seconds behind Molly Taylor. Now that might help Katie Munnings, because at the minute Munnings was just driving on the mirrors looking for where Taylor is. If Taylor's going to make a pass, Nikki, we know where she's going to have a crack at it, don't we? Down that front straight.
Just feels like just a bit of a pointless exercise putting bodywork on these cars.
There is, that's a great argument. You just think
start
if you're
the race without it.
I mean, you know,
save a few pennies.
We can save tons of budget. Right, watch the left-hand side of your screen now. Listen for the little noise as well, which will tell you whether or not either of the drivers in P2 and P3 activate their Noah hyperdrive. It will be after the exit the corner. Wait for the wheel spin to go around about now if you're going to use it. On it comes. Noah hyperdrive comes on for Taylor.
Good. He's good.
Pulls out the slipstream and just blasts past. It's a big boost in power, only for 4 seconds. I thought Gutierrez would do the same thing, so maybe Gutierrez, they're on the final lap, so Gutierrez is waiting for the Christopherson moment, which is the run up to the finish line, if you remember. So she... Heading out, there's going to be a couple of hairpins through. Look at this, Ekstrom right up behind Anderson in the background. Who's at the back of the field? I think it's the Cooper of Alatia. So Nasser Alatia's lost out the start here. Ekstrom getting fully roosted in the background there. The stand, the visibility in that car will be absolutely zero, but he's still right up behind him. I wonder if anybody saved their hyperdrive for this straight. Watch out now. So the Noah hyperdrive is a boost of power. Ekstrom's looking to the inside line as he comes onto this straight, but he can't find a way through. So at the minute, it's RJ Anderson leading for the GMC Hummer team, and in P2, Acciona Sainz, Matthias Ekstrom.
Absolutely phenomenal start there for Anderson. Clearly, P5, the position there, gave him a little bit of an advantage on the inside of that first corner, but Ekstrom and Anderson coming right wheel to wheel there, not giving up hope, and I just love that stretch where they're going head-to-head along past the Red Sea.
Big sideways moment, Nikki, for Anderson. Got two sideways there, and Ekstrom's up alongside now, but Anderson's got the inside line. Ekstrom can't quite find a way through. That's a good look at the visibility that Ekstrom's got in that car. He's going to get sand in the face the whole time. Ekstrom didn't have much sand experience until he signed up for the Dakar, but he's done the Dakar 3 times now, and you can see the pace of this man. Look back onto the straight again. He's still right there. Anderson gets sideways again. Ekstrom is trying to sneak the nose up the inside, but he just can't quite find a way through.
Absolutely phenomenal start. I mean, you can see now the cars are slightly spreading out. Nasser Alatia there slightly losing pace. However, there's still lots to play for. 4.35 seconds behind Anderson there, trying to make up a little bit of ground. But as you say, the visibility is not good for Ekstrom at the moment. Lots of sand in the windshield.
It really is not, is it? I mean, you can see, but he looks to the inside again. This is the 3rd or 4th time in this race that Ekstrom has been alongside Anderson. Can he get it done this time, coming through the left-hander over the finish line? drops in behind him now. He's looking, look, he's in his mirrors. He's trying to make Anderson drive on the mirrors. So if you keep appearing left and right, just like in Formula E, Nicky, you put the driver in front under pressure, he will hope that Anderson just goes a little bit deep. This is back up to the start straight now. Look at the whoops. The Odyssey 21 is really being put through his paces here. You can see as well, this rear shot shows us those bright white lights on the roof, and that's actually to help the drivers behind in the dust see just where the car is in front. So those lights there just helping them to sight it a little bit. Back through now, look at the ruts developing races, race number 1, and we've got a ton of stuff to do over the weekend.
You can see there, though, have they put water on the track just to help the dust lay?
Sometimes they do, depends on where we are. What we don't do is wouldn't do anything in an environment that's going to make a difference to it, because we have to be a bit careful with that. Obviously, we're at the seaside, so we've got plenty of water that we can use here. And yeah, we're good. Looking back, actually on science, Matthias Ekstrom. I'll tell you what, RJ Anderson's doing a cracking job here of holding him off. He has had plenty of wheel-to-wheel race experience as well himself, Anderson, but Ekstrom is not a man you want behind. Look at this, Nicky. I love the fact they're literally dipping a wheel just in the water on the edge. Yesterday, the tide was slightly further out, which is a mad thing to say about a track, isn't it? And they were hunting for that flat sand to try and find a little bit more grip and a little bit more speed down the straight.
So it's all about who dares to get the wettest in the course of this race.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely going to help with a bit of traction, that's for sure. So now they're coming in towards, I think this is, where are we? Gate 10. This is a nice, long, sweeping left-hander as they go up the hill there. Fighting a little bit of dust, as you can see. It's a little bit drier in the air as you reach a little bit more altitude. But that sun shining isn't going to help with the visibility, that's for sure, at this time in the morning.
He's right there, isn't he, Ekstrom? And if you look back, the gaps between them are very little indeed. All 5 cars still within sight of the leader. When they come in to do the driver switch, that's going to be absolutely crucial. We have seen people pass in the switch zone before. Everybody has to take 45 seconds over that switch. Look at Ekstrom still looking. He can't find a way through, but my goodness me, this is the closest race I think we've ever seen in terms of bumper-to-bumper action. We just never see a driver hold on this long. Coming in now, they're coming down to that braking zone for the switch, and look at Ekstrom, almost contact on the way in.